first time when I first
Yeah.
ever manipulated the controls of an airplane was probably like in fourth grade or so. Um,
What?
because my dad's a pilot and he would
Yeah.
fly us around a bunch and he would give us like flight lessons. And when I was younger, they were just like, hold the controls and do a little turn, nothing serious. And
Right.
then I think
Nothing serious.
sophomore year of high school, I was getting back into it a little more serious. I was like actually really flying. I was doing most of it by myself and he was just backing me up. And then moving to Japan, we kind of got set back. Junior year, I didn't fly at all.
Okay.
Then senior year, while in Okinawa, I flew a bunch at Kadena because they have an aero club there.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. You got to fly the Cessnas they have, which are these a Cessna. Those are like the clown plane looking things. The high wing,
Sure. Yeah.
single prop, all
Mm-hmm.
that, and they were modified to burn diesel, which is jet fuel. So
Mm-hmm.
they would use the old fuel from the jets to save money on the gas, because they were Air Force planes.
Perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, I flew with my dad most of the time because he was a flight instructor. And then when I left Okinawa, I wasn't a pilot yet. I did the last few things here in
Yeah.
Wilmington and then got my pilot's license. And right now I'm working on my instrument rating and multi-engine rating.
And what will that let you be able to do? Is there any like more moving up in this process?
There's a lot more to
Gotcha.
move up in because obviously me and a real bona fide airline pilot have a lot different training levels.
I would hope
Um,
so. That was my concern.
Because to be a private pilot, which is what I am, what that means is you are allowed to fly you and at most of five other people in a single engine airplane VFR. VFR means with not in clouds, visible,
Hmm.
and you can't do it for hire. So if I flew six other people or five other people, six total, I would have to pay a sixth of all the cost. I can't be paid. I can't pay less than that because then I'm basically being paid, and I'm
Okay.
not to that point yet.
Why can't you get paid? It seems like you have the skill. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Because they don't want someone to become a pilot after flying. So you only need 40 hours. That's how much you need to
Oh,
learn how to drive. It's not that much. They don't
okay.
want me flying packages for someone or someone around and around. So that just
Hmm.
wouldn't be safe. However, once you get to 100 hours, you can take the commercial pilot check ride,
Hmm.
and then once you're a commercial pilot, you can start getting paid.
Yeah,
So
and so
it's
what's
another step.
go ahead. Yeah,
Sorry.
so what's your goal? What's your end goal with this? What are you looking to do?
My end goal depends on how far you're looking out. For
Hmm.
general aviation, which is just flying, on my own, would be get commercial, which means I need paid. Instrument, which means I can fly in clouds or when I can't see the horizon. And then
Okay.
multi-engine, which means I can fly with more than one engine.
Hmm.
Those are the current goals right now.
That's really cool stuff, man. That's awesome that you've been able to do that. Was there anything like challenging in this process? I mean, you said you had some experience, but was there any hurdles for you?
I think the hardest part was being able to start flying again while in Japan
Yeah.
because it was a really weird process. And I can't lie, I got really lucky with my dad being an instructor
Hmm.
because in Okinawa right now they only have I think four flight instructors and they have a lot of people who want to learn how to fly.
Hmm.
They just don't have enough instructors to be able to fly with the people. And then my dad was like, "Hey, I'll just fly with you." And then I don't have to worry about having to schedule with all the instructors. I mean, I did a few times, but made it a lot easier.
Yeah, so all these people learning to fly in Oki, these are just like high school kids or other people living on the island?
I think there's a few high school kids, but most of them were, I think, enlisted Air Force
Hmm.
or Marines who just wanted to try flying.
Gotcha. And so how many hours do you have now total just flying on your own?
Uh, I'd have to get my logbook, but I'm a
No
little,
problem.
shoot, I think I'm over 100.
That's awesome. Yeah. And what's it like being up there? I mean, just I'm sure the view's incredible. What do you like about it, like actually flying?
Uh, I don't know. I like going fast, and flying's really cool. Um, but
Couldn't appreciate it.
the first time I flew like totally by myself, which was at Kadena,
Yeah.
it was just really crazy because it's a small plane and there's usually a dude sitting right next to you. I
Hmm.
took off and I looked to the side and I'm like, there's no one else here.
Yeah.
Like I could crash and die, and that'd be my fault. No one can stop me.
That's
Like,
yeah, it's probably
I
not
mean,
the mindset you needed.
but I was just like shocked. I was like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm just by myself in the air, and I'm not
Yeah,
allowed to drive off base. Like, what the hell?
yeah, this is crazy. That's a weird way of putting it.
Yeah.
Have you ever ran into any issues while in the air?
Um, a few things, nothing super serious. Stuff that
Hmm.
could have been serious, and not really anything by myself. When me and my dad, and I think my brother was in the back, we were flying from North Carolina, where I am now, to Texas, and we were going through some weather
Nice.
and nice and high, and we started getting ice, which is not good because it messes with the aerodynamics of the plane. And
Yeah.
basically, if you do nothing, you'll just fall out of the sky. Not fun stuff.
Not fun.
So we had to do an emergency descent from 11,000 feet to 5,000 feet and basically power to idle and dump the nose. And man,
Yeah, that sounded crazy. Were you flying at the time, or was it your dad?
I was flying. I mean, that was my first time seeing ice, and my
Mm-hmm.
dad coached me. He was like, no, you have to go down quicker than that. Because I was used to like,
Jeez. Yeah,
gentle descents, like make the
for
passenger,
sure.
comfortable. And he was like, no, you got to dump it and just get the fuck down.